Hey everyone, my name is Tristan and welcome to my small shop in my basement. Today I'm going to show you how to build cosplay boots or simply just shoe covers out of EVA foam. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. So the first thing I did is I drew a sketch of what I wanted to make. This way I'll know about what I want it to look like at the end. Next, I had to take measurements of my leg and my foot to make sure that the templates I'll make later will be the right size. After taking the measurements, I made my templates, and it's really simple. I just had to follow the measurements that I took before and make sure that the shape of the template looks good. So those are my final templates. You can see that the left one will be used 2 times, so I'll just flip it when I'll draw it down on the foam, and it will make the right side and the left side. And now this is what I'm doing. I'm just tracing down all the shapes on 1/4 inch foam, and then you'll see that I'll cut it out. And make sure that every time you cut out foam, you sharpen your blade first, because when you cut foam, it dulls your blade really fast. So those are all the foam pieces cut out. Before gluing all my pieces together, I had to heat them up with a heat gun to put them into shape, and this will make it really easy to stick them together later. And now my 3 pieces are ready to glue. So for the gluing, I use hot glue. It would probably work better using contact cement, but I don't have any right now, so I'm just using what I have on hand. And you can see that when I glue the pieces, I use tape to hold them together while the glue dries. This way it won't separate. So you can see that the glue seams are really messy, and I'll have to fix them up later. Then I'm just cutting the extra that was hanging lower than the rest. And you can see that right now it doesn't look really good, but you can imagine the rest. So now it's time to make the plate which will cover the foot. So as for every pieces that you make out of foam, the first thing you have to do is a template. Then you have to cut it out and then heat it up using a heat gun. After this, you could use hot glue or contact cement to glue it down to the other pieces. And you can see that it's really starting to take shape. So now that we made the base of the shoe cover, we have to make all the details that will refine the design. So you can see that I made my templates and then I'm just drawing them down to foam. Then I'm cutting them out using my sharp blade. And then using my heat gun, I'm heating them up and shaping them to the right shape. And the last step is to glue them all to the main boot cover. After gluing down all of my detail pieces, I'm heating up the foam to seal it. And there is the boot with every single detail pieces. At the exterior side of the boot, there was a big gap that I wanted to cover, so I just cut out a piece using 1mm foam, and then I'll just glue it on. So now that the construction is done, I had to find a way to attach it. And I didn't have elastics on hand, so I used the Velcro. And now we are done with the entire construction of the boot. At this point, I realized that there was no way for me to slide my leg into the boot cover, so I had to make an opening for my leg to go in. And I did the most lazy and simple thing, just gluing Velcro on the inside, and this way I can close it up. So now that I can finally put it on, I'm trying it on right now, and you'll see that it looks pretty good. So now that everything is done, I had to cover the messy glue seams that I did before. So I'm using Quick Seal to cover every single seam and make it look really smooth. Quick Seal takes about 24 hours to completely cure, and after those 24 hours you can sand it down to make it even smoother. Before painting your foam, you have to seal it, and you can use plastic, you can use some kind of rubber, but I'm using the cheapest option, which is wood glue mixed with water, and it works really well, and as I said, it's really cheap, so for me it's the best option. And the last and final step to our project is to paint the boot cover, and I don't know what I want to use it for, so I'm just gonna paint straight black. And for this I'm using acrylic paint, and it's the cheapest I could find, and it works really well. And if you want a complete and even coverage, you'll have to put 2 coats on. And we are done! So this is the final result. Of course you're gonna need to make 2 if you want to build a costume. For now I just made 1 because I didn't have time to make 2, but when I'll decide what costume I want to make, then I'll make a second one. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like what I do, you can leave a like to the video and subscribe to my channel for more. Until then, I'll see you later.